Here's a clip from the Southwestern Lead app.
So in the last video, we talked about talking. And in this video, we're going to talk about listening. So unless you live in a cave by yourself, then listening is something that you do every day. You might be thinking, why would I need to learn listening? I already know how to listen. I'm listening to this annoying girl on this video right now. Just kidding. Except maybe you do think that. And if you do think that, that's okay. Specifically, we'll be talking about how to listen well in a conversation, like you would with friends, family members, or coworkers. Here's the thing. Everyone thinks they're a really good listener, but research shows that only about 10% of people listen effectively. So let's say you're in a conversation with a group of friends. It's especially common for people in middle, high school, and even college to frequently interrupt each other. Sometimes it might even feel like you have to interrupt to be able to contribute to the conversation at all, which can be really frustrating. And if your friend group is like this, they're just communicating the way they've learned to, and they're likely not trying to be rude on purpose. You've probably heard the quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," from Gandhi. And that can be the attitude you develop for your friend group. Be the friend that actively listens and doesn't interrupt, and hopefully that will inspire your friends to follow suit. The question to ask yourself in your head when you're having a conversation is, are you really listening, or are you just waiting to talk? Listening with the intent to understand what the person is saying, and not just with the intent to respond, is a hugely underrated skill. If you start practicing this now, you will A, feel amazing and win at life, and B, be an extremely above average young person. Being a truly good listener is something that will stand out to your teachers, future employers, parents, and friends because, like we said before, most people aren't. When a friend knows they're being listened to with complete focus, it makes them feel loved, accepted, seen, and connected to you. So being a friend who listens well will improve your friendships tremendously. When I first heard about this concept, I thought, okay, what if I'm focusing so hard on what the other person is saying that I have nothing to say when they're done talking? Wouldn't that be extremely awkward? But this is what the truly top tier listeners do when this happens. They ask an open ended follow up question. For example, what was that like? How did that feel? Why did you make that decision? Start doing this often in your conversations, and you'll find that you're the kind of person people love to talk to. The hope is that you'll make friends who are also learning to become active listeners, and they'll be just as intentional with listening to you as you are with listening to them. Like with most things, we don't want to pendulum swing and say that you should only listen to others and never contribute your opinion at all. That would probably make your friends feel like you're interviewing them, and that's just weird. I would say this habit is one that will definitely take time and patience to learn, but you also have more opportunities built into your day to practice. So next time you talk to a friend, try not to interrupt, focus on understanding what they're saying, and try asking a follow-up question. I guarantee it will be a magical moment and a choir of angels will start singing. Just kidding. Can't guarantee that, but you never know until you try. So what do you feel like your communication style is like compared to your friend group? Let us know your thoughts and experiences. Email us at lead@southwestern.com, and we'll see you in the next video.
Southwestern Lead is an international leadership program that helps you build skills, gain confidence, and discover new opportunities. With professional coaching, a world-class digital learning platform, and certifications that will enhance your resume or application, Lead sets you apart. We'll show you how to turn success principles into success habits through small group training, one-on-one coaching, and guided action plans to help you apply what you're learning. It takes more than academics to reach your goals. See what one of America's oldest leadership training programs can do for you. Visit southwesternlead.com.
So this video is habit number 7. So this is our last one. And we're going to be talking about something a little more counterintuitive, which is doing things that scare you on purpose. And we don't mean like watching a horror movie or jumping off a cliff, obviously. We mean getting out of your comfort zone, which can look several different ways. But first, let's talk about mindset. The author Carol Dweck wrote a book called Mindset, where she taught about 2 different kinds of mindsets that everybody has, especially when it comes to learning new things. So let's say you've always been good at sports, but then you have to take a music extracurricular for a semester. If you have a fixed mindset, you might think, I'm just not good at this, I'm not good at musical things, so I'm going to be terrible at this class. But if you have a growth mindset, you might think, I've never had any musical hobbies, so this class will probably be challenging for me, but I know that I can get better than where I'm at now if I practice and pay attention. So Carol Dweck has done a bunch of research that shows that people who have a growth mindset end up mostly outperforming people with a fixed mindset. And here's the thing, regardless of which one sounds more like you have the power to change your mindset. So what I'm saying is you need to have a growth mindset about having a growth mindset. Okay, I've said mindset like 10 times now, and probably 11 including the sentence. Moving on. So when it comes to getting out of your comfort zone, it's important to believe that you're capable of learning new things, even when you feel really, really bad at them at first. I know you're thinking, but Sarah, why doesn't it even matter? Why can't we just get really, really good at the things we already like? And to that, I'd say, great questions. Here are a few reasons why getting out of your comfort zone makes you feel amazing and win at life. So, the first one is you might end up discovering a new passion. There are tons of people, especially young people, who never thought they'd enjoy something when they first tried it. Think about the classic scene in High School Musical where Troy Bolton goes to sing with Gabriella at her audition and discovers that he loves to sing. Number two is it's good for your brain to learn things that it's not good at yet. Our brains have the ability to learn and grow throughout our entire lives, and this is called brain plasticity. So there's a quote that says, embracing a new activity that forces you to think and learn and requires ongoing practice can be one of the best ways to keep the brain healthy. So number three is it proves to yourself that you can do hard things. When you've repeatedly charged headfirst at something difficult, your brain keeps a history of that. So when you face challenging circumstances in the future, which you will, you know that you have the discipline to get through it. One small, simple way to start building this kind of discipline is to make your bed every morning, even when you don't feel like it. Number four, after you do something that scares you, you feel really good about yourself. You're like, wow, I'm actually pretty brave. No big deal. So, what are some examples of how to practice getting out of your comfort zone? Well, earlier we mentioned doing music extracurricular when you're normally a sports person, but that example goes for any activity. Maybe you're in band and you thought about trying cross country this year, or maybe you're in the robotics club, but you want to audition for the play this year because why not? This also goes beyond your typical school or after school activities. So, another way to get out of your comfort zone might be to learn something new around the house, like helping your parent or your sibling garden, fix things, work on the car, or do home improvement projects. And finally, one way is to make an effort to talk to people you wouldn't normally be friends with. Let's say there's a more introverted kid who usually sits by themselves at lunch. Even though it will probably feel pretty awkward at first, try sitting by him one day. Try to get to know him. Even if you don't have a lot in common, making friends with all different kinds of people, different kinds of interests, is going to A, help you be a better friend, and B, teach you how to relate to anybody, which is a useful skill for your life and career. So that's it for this video. I gave a few examples in the video, but maybe a couple ideas popped into your head when you were watching. So if you did, or if those did, write them down. Make an easy goal to do just one of them this week. So hopefully by the time you're seeing this, you've watched the previous 8 videos. And if you haven't, go do that immediately. So let's review the 7 habits that make you feel amazing and win at life, and then you can put them into action so you can feel amazing and win at life. Habit number 1 is exercise. We learned that exercise boosts your mood and confidence, and there are several ways to get a good workout, and that a little goes a long way. Habit number 2 is eating good stuff. We learned why it's important not to eat too little or too much, how to make meals more colorful, and how to hide certain vegetables in smoothies. Habit number 3 is journaling. We learned that you don't need to write down every single thing that happens to you, and journaling about your feelings can help alleviate depression symptoms, and that writing down what you're grateful for every day is a quick, easy way to start the habit of journaling and train your brain to have a positive mindset. Habit number 4 is reading personal development books. We learned that this habit is one of the most rare to find in middle or high schoolers or people in school in general, and it can be one of the quickest ways to learn emotional intelligence, productivity, and other useful skills that will help you win at life. Habit number 5 is positive self-talk. We learned how to talk to ourselves like a friend we care about, how positive self-talk makes you feel better and be more productive, and some phrases you can start with, like, I believe you can do this. Habit number 6 is listening. We learned that actively listening means listening with the intent to understand someone, not just waiting your turn to talk, and the power of asking open-ended follow-up questions. Habit number 7 is doing things that scare you. We learned about having a growth mindset over a fixed mindset, how doing difficult things trains your brain to be smarter, and how getting out of your comfort zone is something you can practice in every area of your life. Most of all, we learned that doing these habits make you feel amazing and win at life. And I want to remind you, it takes time to build a habit and get used to doing something regularly. A lot of these are going to feel kind of awkward to implement at first, and I'm sure you'll be better at some than others. So don't get overwhelmed trying to do all of them perfectly. I don't even do all of them perfectly. So don't beat yourself up if you have a goal to journal every day, but then you forget and miss a day or even a week. Have patience with yourself, be willing to not be perfect at it, and start by choosing just a few and taking some action. So I hope you enjoyed the video series. Let us know what you thought by emailing us at lead@southwestern.com or connect with us on social media, and then go be amazing and win at life. Bye.